MMA legend Conor McGregor earned the nickname Notorious for good reason. He's just as well known for his trash talking as he is for his fighting ability, except for this time, Henry Cejudo has outwitted Notorious, forcing McGregor to delete a tweet in shame. What was Conor McGregor's tweet? What response made him delete his original tweet? And why are the two beefing? And will this rivalry find its way into the octagon? We'll get into all this and so much more, so keep on watching to find the answers. What's the latest on Conor McGregor? McGregor has fallen quite a ways from being the UFC lightweight champion. His last fight ended in a gruesome fashion for the Irishman. Let us go back to the 10th of July, 2021. It was the third match between McGregor and longtime rival Dustin Poirier. In their previous fight, on January 24th, 2021, Poirier knocked out McGregor in the second round. So naturally, for this third match, McGregor was out for revenge. Unfortunately, in the final seconds of the very first round, McGregor stepped back and rolled his foot. After the round had finished, the fight doctors examined McGregor and determined his leg was broken. The fight was stopped, and Poirier was declared the winner by TKO. Conor has been on medical leave for a broken tibia since the fight. Will he return to the octagon? And who will be his first opponent? We'll answer those questions a little later on. What did McGregor tweet? Conor McGregor is no stranger to controversy. They don't call him Notorious for nothing. He's been involved in several altercations outside of the ring. He was also under investigation for an alleged sexual assault in his hometown of Dublin, Ireland, but the criminal charges in that case were eventually dropped. He was arrested in Miami, Florida for grabbing a man's phone out of his hand and smashing it on the ground. In that case, McGregor settled out of court and criminal charges were dropped. However, McGregor is almost more well known for his trash-talking abilities than for his fighting record. He's just as ruthless in his pre-fight press conferences as he is inside the ring. Videos of him talking smack on other fighters have just as many views as his actual fights. So on January 16th, his tweet towards Cejudo surprised literally no one. Henry Cejudo is a little fart, the Irishman wrote on Twitter. Points for originality? Why did McGregor write that about Cejudo? The tweet came hot off the news that Cejudo was looking to make his comeback to the UFC in a big way. Cejudo wanted to fight at UFC 272 on March 5th, 2022, but not just as an exhibition or an undercard. Cejudo wanted a title shot against UFC Featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski. This would give Cejudo a chance at making history, potentially becoming the only UFC fighter to ever have 3 championships in 3 different weight classes, if he won the fight, of course. But UFC President Dana White was quick to shut down Cejudo's hopes and dreams. About Cejudo, White said to reporters, "You don't just effing pop up and start calling somebody names and think that you're going to get a title shot in a different weight class when you've been retired for what, 2.5 years? Ouch." So it would seem that Conor's tweet was in agreement with Dana White. Instead, the title shot will be going to contender Chan Sung Jung, who will face Volkanovski for the Featherweight Championship at UFC 273 this coming April, location to be determined. So what was Cejudo's response to McGregor that made him delete the original tweet? Why won't Dana White let Cejudo fight for the title belt? Will the trash talking between McGregor and Cejudo lead to a face-off in the octagon? Will Cejudo be McGregor's first fight back? We're going to answer all of that and get into much more, so stick around. What did Cejudo write back that made McGregor delete his tweet? Cejudo's cutback was aimed directly at Conor's weak spot. Cejudo wrote, "What do you know about farting? You always run out of gas." Ouch. McGregor has a long history of failing to get his cardiovascular conditioning up to speed, preferring instead to finish his fights brutally quick. Out of McGregor's 22 career wins, 19 of them are by knockout or TKO. Even McGregor has acknowledged his inefficient engine. Regarding his loss to Nate Diaz at UFC 196 in March of 2016, McGregor said, "I was inefficient with my energy. It was a battle of energy, and he got the better of that." Cejudo certainly knows how to get to McGregor, and his Twitter response wasn't the only time he's called out the Irishman. Responding to Dana White's harsh comments about Cejudo's desire to fight for the Featherweight Championship, Cejudo also tweeted, "If I beat up an old guy at a bar and learn how to river dance, will you give me a shot?" It seems that the beef war between Cejudo and McGregor has only just begun. Not content to leave well enough alone, after McGregor deleted the tweet, Cejudo posted a screen capture of the deleted tweet and said, "I have nothing but respect for you. Hopefully when I see you, we can shake hands and you can go do a line off my head." Cejudo has been working on his trash talk in retirement, apparently. Why won't Dana White let Cejudo have a title match? White's response was cut and dry. Cejudo has a long and storied career in the UFC, being the only fighter to have a championship belt and an Olympic gold medal. Cejudo had won Olympic gold for wrestling at the Beijing Olympics in 2008. Like McGregor, Cejudo also held 2 championship belts in 2 different weight classes, Bantamweight and Flyweight. After defending his Bantamweight championship once on May 9th, 2020, Cejudo retired from the UFC. With Cejudo being retired from the sport for almost 2 years, White clearly isn't keen on letting him come back to go straight to a title fight. Even Conor McGregor had to be ranked at number 9 in the lightweight division due to his extended absence. Cejudo will have to come back into the fold and earn his keep before getting a shot at the title once more. Will Cejudo actually come back and fight in the UFC? We'll get back to that in a little bit. When will Conor McGregor fight again? McGregor still training to recover from his nasty leg break in July of 2021 in his match against Poirier. Dana White has gone on record with his hopes that McGregor will return in the summer of 2022. White said, "He's doing all the right things with his leg. I'm hoping he can come back this summer." McGregor likely wants another rematch against Poirier, considering their last fight was cut short. Recently, Dana White has announced that he is attempting to arrange a fight between the number 5 ranked lightweight Michael Chandler and the number 7 ranked Tony Ferguson. With McGregor currently ranked number 9, the winner of that fight may be facing McGregor next. Chandler called out McGregor in his UFC debut on January 24, 2021, after knocking out Charles Oliveira, but Chandler also lost the next 2 fights after that. He'll likely need that win before facing Notorious. No official announcement has been made as of yet. Will Cejudo and McGregor ever face each other in the octagon? As the old saying goes, never say never. Dana White has been known to capitalize and promote fights if fan demand is large enough. However, it is tough to say if Cejudo's comments have gotten on White's good side or his not so good side. White loves a good trash talker, but Cejudo might have pushed it too far with his demands to go from retirement straight to a championship bout. Cejudo's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, told the press back in November of 2021 that Cejudo will 100% fight again in the UFC. McGregor isn't the only fighter Cejudo has his eyes set on. On Twitter, the retired champ also called out flyweight Davison Figueiredo and bantamweight Aljamain Sterling. Although no official announcement or fight deals have been made, if McGregor and Cejudo agree on a weight class to fight in, chances are they may come toe-to-toe at some point down the line. Is there enough fan demand for McGregor versus Cejudo? Former UFC star Ben Askren doesn't think there's enough demand for Conor McGregor, period. In an interview with MMA Island, Askren said, "When McGregor was competing for UFC titles, there was so much hype around him. People will be excited for the next Conor McGregor fight, but they are not going to be as excited as they were back then." McGregor's recent fight record isn't much to look at either. Since 2018, McGregor has lost 3 out of his 4 fights. Add in another loss if you want to count his infamous boxing match against Floyd Mayweather Jr. McGregor has the potential for a big draw-in. After all, his name appears on 5 out of the top 10 most viewed pay-per-views in UFC history. If Cejudo keeps trash-talking McGregor as he has, there might just be a McGregor versus Cejudo match at some point in the future. What do you think? Would you watch a fight between Conor McGregor and Henry Cejudo? Why do you think McGregor deleted his tweet after Cejudo's response? Do you think Conor McGregor will make a comeback? Leave your answers in the comment section below and click that subscribe button for more UFC news.